a diamond mindset. And can I tell you a secret? Because I think it's important to have these conversations, because the only hindrance that any of us will ever experience when it comes to being successful in what we do is a hindrance of the mind. And so if we're ever going to train you on anything, we got to train you how to literally think like a diamond. Because the truth is, the diamond mindset doesn't happen when you hit diamond. It happens when you make a commitment to hit diamond. Let me say that again. The diamond mindset doesn't happen at the point that you hit diamond, but it happens at the point you make a commitment to hit diamond. Everything that ever happens first in the seed form of a thought. And so now when we look at it from this perspective, I don't know how many of you were on the call this morning, but one of the things that I shared with you this morning on the call this morning was I shared a story, and I won't give you the whole thing tonight, but I'll give you the brief synopsis. We're out of town, and my son and his teammates are getting ready to play some of the top teams in the country, and they realize that the team that they're getting ready to play next is an undefeated team, and it's the number one team in the state of Ohio. They realize that the star player on this particular team has about 40 to 50,000 followers on social media. He is a social media phenom at the age of 10 years old. And everybody's looking, sponsors are looking at him and everything. So they really did not feel, they meaning my son and his team, really did not feel like they was nervous about their ability to win, because they had never experienced the level of success that this particular team had been experiencing. Long story short, they came out and they won. Not only did they beat that team, the next game they were playing a team that have not lost a game in 3 years, and that team was the number one team in the country in that age bracket, and they beat that team. The point today is helping those of you to understand that regardless of, in this March Madness, for those of you that are participating, and thank you for all of those text messages and calls. Coach Dan is going to be calling you back and scheduling 15-minute sessions with you. Either myself or one of my staff members will call you back, and they'll schedule those 15-minute calls with you. But the reality is, it's important to understand that if you count yourself out before you even count yourself in, you've already lost. If you go into this contest or any other aspect of your life looking for all of the reasons why you can't be successful, then you won't be successful. If you're really going to win, not only in this, but in any aspect of your life, you have to, your activity, thank you. Here's what I want to tell you. I want somebody to put this in the chat line for me. Your activity will follow your belief system. Put that in the chat for me. That's an important note. Your activity will follow your belief system. Yes, thank you, Kathy. Now, if there's somebody that understands that, say you agree. Put it in the chat, say you agree. Your activity will follow your belief system. In other words, if you believe that you are a champion, you're going to engage in the activity of a champion. If you believe that you are a loser, you're not going to even try to put forth the effort to win, because your activity will follow your belief system. And so what is it that you really believe? Because what you believe is going to fuel what you do. If I believe that I can win in this competition, then guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get in the competition and I'm going to compete to win. And everything, and all of my effort, all of my energy is going to go towards winning because I believe I can. But if I believe that just because I'm a sapphire and somebody else is a diamond, and somebody else's team is bigger, they got more rubies on their team, or whatever excuse you give yourself for not even trying to put yourself in the game, if that is the mindset, then you have already lost. And I need you to get this, and I need you to get it because we got a lot. Listen, come Sunday night, there's going to be 8 teams that's advancing. There's going to be another 8 teams that's going into redemption rounds. But everybody in Wakana has an opportunity to compete against themselves. This is what I want you to do. I want you to do get in your own individual contest with yourself and make a commitment to self to do better this month than you did last month. Make a commitment to self to put more effort and more energy into winning this month than you did last month. Because it is in that commitment. Remember, the mindset of a diamond is not created when you get to the status or you hit the rank. It is created when you make a commitment to pursue it. Come on, y'all got to get it. Y'all got to get this. Y'all got to get this. Beverly Blair made a commitment to pursue it, and she hit it. Diamond Mooney made a commitment to pursue it, and he hit it. And that commitment don't stop. That commitment is an ongoing commitment because success watch this, success likes to repeat itself. And as you continue to pursue and as you continue to commit to success, can I tell you a secret, y'all? You will be successful. And as I said earlier today, I need you to go out with everything you got. I need you to give it all you got because you came to win. I've never got involved in anything with a mindset that says it's a possibility that I'm going to lose. Because when you say to yourself, and some people, we talk to ourselves like that because it makes us feel better if we lose. It minimizes the disappointment so that we don't have an expectation of winning so that we won't have the disappointment if we should lose. But if you think like that, you've already lost. If you think like that, you've already lost. Anything I get involved in, I go all the way out. I was consulting today a school, and the school is going through major shifts and changes and transitions. And this school, when I began to evaluate some things, I began to evaluate that what they pay is not competitive to what the average teacher's salary is. What I began to evaluate is certain resources that they have, the resources that they have are limited. And so what I began to do is put together a program that will help them become unique, that will give them a curriculum and electives that no other school can have. And I said to them that you got to make a decision to become competitive in your salary and in your pay if you want to bring the type of teachers you want to bring to your school in order to provide the type of education that you're promising the parents that you're going to provide. And one of the directors or board members said, well, we just can't afford that. And I said, well, as long as you think and as long as you function based on what you don't have, then you'll never do what you got to do to get what you need so that you can function at the level that you desire to function. In other words, what I was saying to them, at some point, you got to make the sacrifice. At some point, you're going to have to just swing big. At some point, you're going to have to go for it if you're going to win. And can I tell every person that's under the sound of my voice on this call tonight in this 6:30 training, can I tell you that right now you are at the some point? The level of momentum that you're able to garner as a result of this March Madness, whether you're on a team or not on a team, the level of momentum that you're able to garner right now in this moment, that level of momentum is pivotal. And I'm telling you, you don't see momentums like this until you get to November in Wakana. I'm telling you, November for Wakana is like Christmas. And March Madness is at that time. And why am I saying this? Because there's so much money on the table. There's so many incentives on the table. There's so much of opportunity on the table that this is going to also carry you right into our 3rd year anniversary. And as a result of that, it's going to position you to be able to get to where you're trying to go. But you got to go now. You got to go now. You got to go now. And so the question is, who's willing to make that commitment to go now? To go now. Go after it now. You got in this business to build a business, to build a legacy. But there's a system that you must put at work. There's a work that you must do, and you must go now. You must go now. It's time to go now. Let's not play with this thing. Let's not waste any more time. If you're going to build the business to be successful. Get rid of the excuses before your excuses get rid of you. Wait a minute. What did you just say, Coach Dan? I said, and I'll say it again for somebody that needed to hear it. Get rid of the excuses before your excuses gets rid of you. In other words, you could come up with so many excuses to the point where you become consumed by your own excuses. And before you know it, you're no longer in the game. Let's put all of the excuses to the side. Listen, Coach Dan just told you about one parent. I got a bunch of stuff going on, but right in this moment, sitting in this car, I'm not giving you an excuse. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Regardless of what's going on around me, regardless of what I'm dealing with, all of us are dealing with something. All of us are going through something. All of us are carrying something. But here's the deal. Everything that you're dealing with, everything that you're going through, everything that you're carrying is temporary. But this moment of success that you're building is for the long haul. This moment that you're building right now, this next however many days we have left, is the momentum to carry you into your next year. When all of this stuff that you're dealing with is over, you still got to live. You still want to be free. You still got to be healthy. That's why, ready or not, it's time to go right now. This is the moment. So how do you do that, Coach Dan? You work the system. And you keep working the system until you see the system work. When I say go now, I'm saying go after the numbers. Because this system that we're in is a system of numbers. And if you put in enough numbers, if you put in enough touches, you'll begin to get the results that you're looking for. I told you guys that was on the call this morning that my son fell short of his bonus by $200 in sales. So his boss gave him 10 days to get 60 sales, 60 individual selling units in 10 days to earn his bonus. So every day for 90 minutes at lunchtime, in addition to what he would normally do, he's going door to door cold calling, to hit those numbers. And guess what? He's going to hit them because it's all about numbers. He knows that he has to touch. We've done the math. He has to touch 270 businesses to guarantee that he gets 60, or 270 people to guarantee that he gets 60 based on his closing ratio. That guarantees him that. And that's where you guys got to be. What is the numbers in order to hit your goal? What is your goal? Team leaders, where is your team right now? When you add up all of your CV, how much CV has your team produced as of today? How many new customers at $125 or more have your team produced today, as of today? How much revenue overall has your team produced as of today? How many new dispensaries has your team established as of today? And if you don't know these numbers, then you're not tracking for success. If you don't know these numbers, then you're not positioning yourself to win. You're just waiting to see. No. You want to know these numbers so you'll know where you are and how you need to motivate your team in order to get to where you're going. Again, where the strong, when you look at your team, who's known for getting new customers? Who's known for their CV? Let's focus in on those areas. As we get ready to bring this to a close, I only got 5 minutes. Y'all know I teach and train by stories. and most times they're around my kids. There was a tournament that, it was a showcase that our boys was in. It's an individual showcase. And they were divided into teams. And there was a contest, a shooting contest. You got 3 points for every 3-pointer. You got 1 point for every layup. And you got 2 points for every jump shot. The team that won, that got almost 100 points, and you had to do this within a 2-minute period, was the team that was smart enough to identify the one person that can shoot 3-pointers. And all they did was shot threes. The other people that could not do jump shots well, they did layups very quickly to accumulate the 1 points. They had a strategy to win. Everybody else was just doing whatever they could do. But this team that won actually had a calculated strategy as to how they were going to maximize their points and maximize their efforts. I need the team leaders that is on this call. I need you to rise to the occasion. I need you to know who your team members are, know where their strengths are. And I need you to help them create strategy to win. And I need you to put the go in them and put it in them now. And I look forward to seeing the teams that's going to rise above the fray on this coming Sunday night. I'll be on a plane coming back into the country, but I look forward to knowing and hearing which teams are going to be advancing. And the teams that are advancing are the teams that have the mindset to not only go to diamond, but to go to diamond right now. Hey, listen, that's it. That's my time. I trust and pray that this was helpful. Y'all talk back to me if it was inspirational, motivational, gave you something to think, if it was thought-provocative, and things of that nature, because that's the goal. I want to shake you up so that you can begin to go, and not only go, but go right now. Remember this, if you don't get nothing else out of this moment, remember this: get rid of the excuses before the excuses get rid of you. That's it. That's all.